Well, welcome to the Byron Dragway podcast. My name is Randy Simpson.
My name is Chelsea Simpson.
And here we are, second episode in as many weeks.
This is winter version 2.0.
I feel like it is almost easier to do these in the winter because, well, we're not out at the track racing all weekend, but yet we still have all these things to talk about.
Yeah, it's nice. We can kind of play catch up and kind of fast forward into what's to come for this season.
And I feel like it's almost better in the off season because if there's something to talk about or we've got something we want to discuss with racers, then well, you're at the track, they're at the track, and you can just do it right there. You really don't need this necessarily.
It's our way to connect with all of our racers, fans.
Yeah. If you're watching this right now, if you're watching from Facebook or on YouTube, this is the video version you're watching, but this is also put on anywhere that podcasts are heard. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, you can find this there. And I was just driving around a 2019 Chrysler Pacifica minivan, and it has that Apple CarPlay in it. And that's the slickest thing because you can literally pull up the podcast, do it all right from your dashboard, and not have to touch the phone because I think there's, was it $999? Is that the fine for using a device in Illinois after the new year?
Probably. It's Illinois, so everything costs twice as much.
But this awesome, slick minivan from Autoland Outlets, we just got it in, and it was doing a little test drive in it, and it is the coolest thing, that Apple CarPlay.
Don't let him fool you. He really does want a minivan. We're just
No.
Randy's all about the mom van.
This is, you know what? Christmas is coming. I might be test driving it.
You might be.
As a gift to you.
No, I'm okay. I am anti-minivan. I mean, nothing wrong with minivans, but I'm not a minivan mom.
They've got a stigma.
They do.
Yeah. But if you've ever driven, this thing is all leather inside, perforated seats, panoramic sunroof. It's a slick van.
Yeah. Speaking of minivans, vehicles, we just want to highlight today's premier sponsor, also a great sponsor of Byron Dragway, Autoland Outlets. They have over 300 vehicles in stock. They specialize in heavy-duty diesel trucks. You can check them out at autolandoutlets.com. They also have a Facebook page and Instagram. Or give them a call, 815-525-5000. Tell them Chelsea sent you.
And I'm going to keep driving that van until they told me to bring it back from the test drive. That is too cool.
More power to you.
But back to more important things. We are just coming off of PRI weekend from down in Indianapolis. And always a good industry event. A good place to make new connections, but also see a lot of familiar faces. You went to something new this year, Chelsea. Tell us about that.
I did. I went to, we had a little meetup. It was called Pistons and Peonies. It's a group of women in motorsports.
Paninis?
No, I know you have a hard time.
It's like a sandwich, right? A panini?
No. It's Pistons and Peonies. A peony is a flower. Nothing to do with sandwiches.
Okay.
But anyways, so I met up with these women in motorsports, racers, crew chiefs, women in media. It was great. We had a great time. Talked to wonderful women. It was inspiring, full of knowledge, and a great way to connect with some women in motorsports. So that was my highlight of PRI. What was yours?
My highlight, well, the trade show was good. We, of course, had the NHRA Track Operator Conference, a great place to have some banter with your fellow track operators, see what's going on in the industry, what's new in 2020. Talked a lot about the NHRA Summit ET Bracket Finals moving to Summit Motorsports Park in Norwalk, Ohio. So some exciting things being planned outside the walls of the racetrack for that event next year, and can't wait to learn more about it. But personally, for me, and I think hopefully that the Byron Dragway community was really the Land of the Winners Awards banquet on Saturday night, where after a long campaign, and I would call it a campaign because we were knocking on doors pretty hard trying to get votes, but
we were
proud to announce that Byron Dragway is the 2019 NHRA North Central Division Summit Series Track of the Year.
Yeah, that was a great accomplishment, and we might be a little biased, but I think most people would say it was well deserved. So
it was great. You know what? BJ had the camera rolling when we accepted the award. I know that Warren Evans was there with DragRacer.tv, and they're going to be. They have a really nice, high-quality video of the entire banquet. You can watch it from beginning to end. I don't know that it's out there yet. When it is, we'll be sure to share that. But he did shoot our acceptance speech, and if we can just work that in right here, I just want to squeeze that in. Do you have time?
I've got time.
Okay.
Bear with us.
Here it is.
And by your votes, the winner of the 2019 North Central Division Summit Series Member Track of the Year is Byron Dragway.
The date was July 4th, 1964, Independence Day. Lyndon B. Johnson was President of the United States. The Beach Boys owned the airwaves with their #1 song of the nation, I Get Around. And on that day, a 4-lane drag strip, then known as Rockford Dragway, opened in a sleepy town of Byron, Illinois. Fast forward to now, 2019 marked a meaningful year for Byron Dragway as we celebrated our 55th anniversary. 55 years. Excuse my language, but it's about damn time we finally won Track of the Year. But in all seriousness, we proudly accept this award on behalf of our entire hardworking staff, our loyal racers, and passionate fans. It is also with heavy hearts that we race the last half of our season following the passing of Ron Lee. Ron was a longtime announcer owner of Byron Dragway from 1969 until 2010. He was also the voice of Byron Dragway until recently, and an absolute steward of the sport. He was a Hall of Fame inductee in everything that a racetrack promoter should be. From the inception of big money bracket racing to countless promotions and everything he did, his contributions and accomplishments are far-reaching and had a direct and indirect impact on everybody in this room. So we just wish to dedicate this award to our friend and mentor, Ron Lee. Thank you.
Well, it was a great speech, Randy. We really do miss Ron and everything that he has contributed not only to the sport, but to Byron Dragway is something that we will never forget and something that we can take forward with us as we move into the next season and moving forward with that. I will say, a Randy Simpson speech, he's about the only person I know that could turn it into a history lesson.
Well, here's the thing. You go into these banquets, you know as well as I do, and it's not just banquets, it is anywhere at all. It could be at the racetrack. I see it in church sometimes. People are on their cell phones all the time. So, believe me, you've got to have an attention getter.
Well, it got everyone's attention in Randy Simpson fashion.
The Beach Boys. You cannot go wrong. So, but a big, sincere thank you to everyone that voted for Byron Dragway for Track of the Year.
It's a proud accomplishment that we are excited about and something we take forward into 2020 as well as we launch our season opener and all that's to come. Speaking of which, the 21st Annual Firecracker Bracket Nationals coming up June 26th through the 28th. Is that right?
That is correct.
All right. Tell us more about it.
Well, the big news is that coming this Saturday, well, actually, we're going to be dropping the flyer right about the same time this video comes out. So if you're listening to this, the flyer is out there. You will notice on all the flyers, we put out 2 so far since that banquet, but we are not bashful about the Track of the Year. So that is literally stamped on everything that we have that is flyer related for the 2020 season. You can guarantee that. But do check out the Firecracker Bracket Nationals flyer. It is out there. It is live. And the most important detail right now is the one that's coming soon. And that is this Saturday, December 21st at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Registration opens.
Yes, registration opens. You will be able to sign up on our website. There will be a link from there. We will be accepting payment. A $100 deposit is due at the time of registration. That is 4 days before Christmas, so perfect stocking stuffer idea, Randall. I might be, you probably haven't gotten me anything yet for Christmas.
Why are you winking at me?
Because you usually wait till December 24th to think about what should I get my wife for Christmas.
Just because your stocking is, how do we put, empty right now, doesn't mean that there's not something planned to go in there. So
I'm just giving you an idea. I think that a little deposit entry fee to the Firecracker Bracket Nationals. That's a tongue twister. It really, I don't know. It's hard to say if you're trying to say it real fast.
Well, you know what? Back on track with the flyer. We'll get back to the stocking later. But the flyer is out there in much the same from 2019. That was the format where we had 2 30s and a $100,000 prize on Saturday. So, Chelsea, why don't you take us through the flyer?
So on Friday, June 26th, we will have $30,000 to win. Same thing as on Sunday, June 28th, also $30,000 to win. And Saturday, the big prize, June 27th, it is $100,000 to the winner of the event. Entry fee looks to be the same as last year, $8.95 for 3 days. And exclusive to 256 entries, which breaks it down to how much, Randy?
128 door cars, 128 dragsters, and the door cars broken up further into box and no box. So the no box guys race each other, the box guys race each other until there's just one left of whichever one is the smaller class, and they funnel together. And then final round, racing for the top prize, a dragster and a door car each day. And you primarily race no box. You put a box in your car late in the year last year, haven't got a chance to compete in it, but the no boxers really had their way last year in this race.
They did. They no box last year, not just at the Firecracker race. It was amazing. No box was kicking butt. They it was great. It was all year long. It wasn't just at that race. So it'll be interesting to see how this year pans out. But it kind of comes in waves with everything.
Yeah, Jeremy Bausman, the big $100,000 winner. Chevy S10 pickup truck, a no-box entry, your $100,000 prize winner. He beat Gary Williams on Saturday. Gary comes back on Sunday, another final round, I think a different dragster, though. And the bridesmaid once again to, another door car, no box, Cameron Mason, kicking butt in her pink Camaro. And then a little-known fact that maybe some people don't pick up on, but Doug Foley Jr. was a dragster in the final that won on Friday. But interestingly enough, something in his routine went awry, and he actually foot-braked that dragster to the win on Friday.
Amazing. Sometimes you roll with the punches, you know?
Yeah.
Part of bracket racing. I think you kind of called out Gary Williams there for being a bridesmaid twice. I don't know if he wants to be reminded of that, because I'm sure he's been hearing about it ever since it happened.
You know what? You
and
go
I think
to 2
Cameron
final
Mason
rounds.
did a pretty good job of kind of rubbing it in that she beat him.
May have. And I think Bastianelli even, what did he call Cameron? A hopes and dreams crusher, Cameron Mason.
So. But well deserving. Cameron did a great job, so it was neat to see her win that on Sunday, though.
Very, very cool. So, Chelsea, bring us home with the Firecracker. What else do we have to say?
Just a reminder for pre-entry does open up Saturday, December 21st, 9 a.m. Central Time. Mark your calendar, set your alarms, do what you need to do, but do not forget, as last year, the door car side filled up within, was it 6 hours or so?
Within 6 hours.
So, gotta be quick, gotta be ready, and just like your reaction times as well next year.
Excellent. Well, that's a wrap for this one. So thanks for tuning in. And if we don't catch you before the holidays, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yep, enjoy.